morning, everybody. Welcome back to the awesomely Sam Johnson, your favorite math teacher in the world. Best YouTube videos that you've probably ever seen. So today we're talking about lesson 7.2. It still deals with medical insurance, health insurance, however you want to describe that. Okay, and we're going to get to the actual math behind it. Okay, so yesterday, like you know, was a lot of definitions, just understanding what premiums were, deductibles, co-payments, all that kind of stuff. Today we're going to get to the actual math behind how we are going to do this medical insurance unit. Okay, and I'm going to try to highlight the notes with the highlighting tool on the smartboard here, so that way you know what you should write down in your notes. That way you're not having to write down everything on every slide, because today again it's going to be a lot. So again, I'm going to highlight, and you can just write down in your notes what is highlighted. Okay. So our lesson objective today, and this should say learners, we'll learn what medical insurance is, why it was created, how it works, and how much it costs. Okay, so now we're going to deal more with just the cost. Yesterday we learned what it was, why it was created, and a little bit of how it works. Okay. Now it's kind of a brain teaser, warm up, however you want to call it. If these were the annual costs of the different insurance options, okay, which would you choose and why? Option one, let's say your premium is $250 per month. That's what you pay every month just to have health insurance. And the deductible is $500. Okay. Option two, the premium is $50, so a lot cheaper, but the deductible is $3,000. Option three, premium is $300 per month with no deductible. Okay. Option four, I have no insurance, but I visit my doctor 15 times a year and pay $200 each time I visit. So we're going to weigh those four costs. All right. Here's what it looks like. Remember, we're trying to find the annual cost, so we're going to look at 12 months. Okay. So premium is $250 per month. That's going to be $3,000 just to have health insurance each year. Okay. Then we have that extra $500 because we have to pay that deductible. That's our costs. We have to pay that amount. All right. Option two, take the 50 for the premium, times that by 12, that's $600. But our deductible now is $3,000. So that's going to be a total of $3,600. All right, and we would do that the same. 300 times 12, no deductible, still $3,600. And then option four, okay, if we visit 15 times a year, pay $200. In this situation, okay, granted there's no big time car accidents or surgeries that you would need, the cheapest option would be option four, and that would be not having insurance. Okay, so just a little warm up to get your brains thinking about premiums and deductibles. Okay, now assume that this year you'll need to see the doctor 4 times. Okay, each time is $136. And you have your appendix removed at the hospital for $37,852. Okay? Now this is a really good example because this could happen to anybody. We have no control over that, right? So this is a kind of an eye-opener for even myself. Like, that's a lot of money. Okay? And I have no control over if my appendix goes out or not. So how much would this cost without insurance? Well, take your $136 each time you go to the doctor, which was 4 times that year. Okay, so that's $544. Then you have to pay that whole bill because you don't have insurance now. So that's stuck with you. You're going to add that. Your medical bills now are extremely high. Okay, and just a little stat. This is an older statistic, but in 2007, the average family only made $31,000. So you're going to be in debt for a long time because your medical bills are way more than how much you're making as income. Okay? So remember, I'm going to highlight the notes. We haven't gotten to any quite yet, but we're just kind of looking at costs of without insurance for this type of situation. Now let's deal with it with insurance. Okay? So your premium, let's say, is $50 a month. So that's going to be $600 just to have the insurance. Okay? Your deductible is $100. We have to pay that deductible, right? So we're going to add in that $100. Okay? Then we're going to subtract out the copay, okay, because we have to pay that too. So the insurance isn't going to kick in until we pay that amount. That's why we're subtracting these two things right here. And this is an important step, okay? We have to subtract that first in order for this insurance company to pay the 20%. They're only going to pay the 20% on the remaining. Alright, we're still responsible for that deductible and for that copay. Okay, so the coinsurance total then only equals $1.20. Alright, so now when you add those together, you take the deductible because you've already had to pay that. Okay, you've already had to pay your copay of $30, and now you have to pay the 20% because you have insurance, and the insurance company will pay the 80%. Okay, so then we only get a total of $131. You can see that down here. It's only $131. I don't know why it's doing that. There we go. $131.20. Okay, instead of $38,600, whatever it was. So what I want you to highlight is this whole equation right here. Okay, this whole equation. I want you to highlight. You're going to take all of this. Okay, so you are going to take all of that. Excuse me. So $100 deductible plus $30 copay plus $1.20 of coinsurance equals $31.20. All right, that's what you should have in your notes for right now. Okay. Then we also need to pay insurance on those visits. Okay, so step 3 is we have to calculate the remaining 3 visits. All right, so now we have one visit at $136 minus our copay, because that's getting paid every single time we go to that doctor. Okay, so we have $106. We're going to pay 20% of that. Okay, so that's going to be the $21.20. All right, this is how much you're paying each time you go to the doctor, now that you have insurance. All right, then we can just multiply that by 3 because it's going to be the same price each time. We have to pay that $30 co-payment every single time. So now our co-insurance total for just the doctor visits is going to be that $63.60. Okay. So what you need to write down in your notes now is this equation. Alright, you should have all that down now. Okay, the $90 in copay, because you're paying that each time. And $63.60 is the coinsurance. Alright, for a total of $153.60. Now, step 4. Calculate the cost of the appendix removal. Okay, so the visit was $37,852. We had to pay $30 just to walk in the door. Alright, subtract that out because the insurance company is not going to pick up 80% of the copay. Then we're going to pay our fair share, which is the 20% here. Alright, now we're only stuck with our appendix bill being $7,564.40. Okay, instead of the whole thing. So, I also need you to write down this equation. $30 in my copay, plus the appendix removal bill now that I have insurance, and that equals almost $7,600. Almost $7,600. Okay. Now, step 5. This is the most important one. Okay, we have to add them all up. This is our premium. This is our premium. We have to pay that no matter what, just because we have health insurance, medical insurance. Okay? Our first visit total was the 131.20. Okay, you guys have that down. Our other visits, the remaining 3, was 153.60 cents. All right, and then our appendicitis total, when we got that removed, was that almost $7,600. Okay, so now my medical bills are only stuck with about $8,500 instead of $38,000. Okay, so what I want you to write down is also just this remaining piece here of how we can find our actual total for the bill that year for our medical bill. So I want you to write that down as well. Okay. But wait. Okay. No, that's not this one. Sorry, that's the next one. Oh, it is, right? So, they forgot to mention that the out-of-pocket maximum, if you remember what that is yesterday, is only $2,000. That's what the medical company says. Well, the out-of-pocket, the only thing that you can pay is $2,000. So now look at this cost get decreased. That's your out-of-pocket maximum, right? The highest amount that you're going to pay. That's less than that, the 8,409. I can't talk today. $8,479.20. So now we're only stuck with a bill that's $2,000 instead of that $38,000. Okay, so this is something that is super extremely important about insurance. Is remember the concept of you might not have control over some things that happen, right? If your appendix goes out, you have to get it removed, all right? And you can't control that, but you're saving yourself about $36,500 more money by just having insurance, okay? So, I'm going to go through this one in class, all right? So if you feel like you're ready to move on to the assignment, now would be a good time to do that, okay? I'll just put you guys in the back of the room, and if you want to go through another example, I'll bring this up during class, and we can go over that as well, okay? So, a little bit of review, all right? What would save you more money? Number 1, paying your own expenses for 5 doctor visits at $200 a piece. Or number 2, paying $50 a month and $20 per visit. Okay? Option number 1, 5 doctor visits, $200 each time you walk in the door, okay, equals a total of $1,000. Okay? Option 2, you have a $50 premium a month. The premium is just going to be the $600. And $20 per visit. You still visit 5 times. That equals $100. So it looks like option 2 would be the cheaper one. Alright? And this is just where you have to plug in some numbers. If you go to the doctor a lot, maybe a per visit one wouldn't be your best bet. Okay? Maybe just a higher deductible and a lower premium would be good. But like I said, everybody's different, so you just have to weigh the pros and the cons of having insurance for yourself personally. Okay? And then number 2, review question, the last thing we'll go over today. If my insurance has a deductible of $2,564 and an out-of-pocket maximum of $5,000, what is the most amount of money I'll have to pay in 1 year? Remember, the deductible just means that's what you have to pay until the insurance company kicks in. Alright, that means you still might have to pay at 20% every time you go. So out-of-pocket maximum would be the most amount of money that you'd have to pay. Because that's saying your bill's going to stop at $5,000, we'll pick up the rest. Okay? So, I know this was a lot, alright? We are going to have a quiz on Thursday. Tomorrow's going to be a work day. Okay, I think tomorrow's only the 40-minute class. So that'll be a good time to do a work day and we can go over some more example problems. That's kind of what I'm seeing tomorrow. Since we don't have to pay bills, might as well just get a work day in. Make sure you guys are getting as much money as you possibly can this week. So, again, stick around if you want to go over another example. Thank you.